I'm still looking. I'm looking at other things, so I don't yell at me right now. I gotta
Nobody's going to
go
yell
and.
at you. Nobody's going to
Oh,
yell at you.
everybody's gonna yell at me.
Not me. How about that?
You just give me that look,
A smirk.
that smirk.
A knowing smirk.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'll tell you.
Uh,
Well, let's
I
see if
think
I can.
I
Huh?
think we're pretty together tonight.
We are up. There we are. We're live. Look
Yeah,
at this. Okay.
I do. I think we're pretty together. I think we'll be able to just chat with people until 7.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you're watching, hopefully you are logged on a little early. Uh, you know.
Go to YouTube if you want to chat. That would really make us happy.
Yes. Definitely go to YouTube. I wonder if we're gonna have some new listeners tonight, new
Oh,
watchers.
we will. Hey, Owen.
Um, I'm actually watching. I'm going to show you. I have it on the screen, Christine. I'm going to show you what I got going on here.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a photo because I can't
Right.
show you. Actually, I'm going to send you a video. So I got this going on here, the Facebook going on there, and I got the big YouTube going on there, and
Oh, good.
great. Let's see.
Good.
And I just sent you the video.
Hey, Mike.
So it's good. And
Very good.
I actually could put the Facebook up there.
He shows his age. He sounds like a grandpa. The Facebook, the YouTube.
Listen,
showing your age.
Just because there's a little snow on the roof doesn't mean there's coal in the furnace.
I'm not talking about any of that.
You just called me a grandpa.
Well, the YouTube, the Facebook. If the shoe fits.
The smirk.
I do have a smirk. I do. I have a smirk. Hey, Kathy.
Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Great to see you back.
So, Kathy, guys, I think we have our shit together enough that we can just kind of chat because I think we got our stuff together.
We finally got it.
We have a few minutes to just.
We got this, Kathy. I changed my background today because I'm live at the portion of the Beach Buddha Lounge down here, which is there's a whole big portion of this. I can't turn anything around right now. It took me a while to get this strategized, but I'm sitting in the bar. How's that? Sitting in a bar. I was going to have a martini, but Christine told me that I shouldn't have a martini online.
Actually, what I told him is, well, because he asked me, he said, I don't know if I should. What do you think? I'm like, as I recall, you told me once, yeah, don't drink when you're doing a podcast. Because I told him one night I went on and I did a podcast and I had a drink. He's like, oh, that's not a good look. So I just said that, but I personally think it's absolutely fine.
So you think it's okay? So you think it's okay? All right, going consensus. Why can't I see it live on YouTube on the big screen here? Are we because we're not live yet? We are live.
Yeah, there's people in our chat room. They're live. They can see us.
I see it, but I'm on YouTube September 9th. And
are you in the live?
I don't know. How do I get to the live?
Go to our page and then toggle to the live button.
Oh, wait. Let's see. See, I got to go to the YouTube.
Yes, the YouTube. And then our channel.
Oh, there it is. YouTube. There it is. I'm looking up at it. See me looking up at it. All right. So what's the consensus? Should I have the martini or should I just continue on with the coffee? I mean, this thing is starting to make me really want to have martinis.
Why?
Better than driving the car. It is better than
hey, Kathy, why'd you say oh wow? Because Chris is drinking, or because I called him old?
She called me old.
I did.
I hope it's because she called me old because she's doing that a lot lately.
I am not.
You are.
Really?
You are. You're calling me a lot of names lately, and I really am starting to get upset about this.
Whatever.
Yes, have it. Owen says have it.
Yes. So did Chris. He said bottoms up. I mean, Chris.
So Kathy, you're no help. Whatever you want. Well, what I want And what I'm asking, Lizette says martini.
Lizette says martini. Mike says bottoms up. Owen says have it. Kathy is the Switzerland in the group.
All right. I'm going to have it. Okay. I'm going to have it.
All he's doing is taking it out of the mug he was hiding it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. We got to do something here now. I walked away for a minute because you know why? I got to refresh this thing now.
See?
And by the way, it's you know what I said before? Remember I said Mike's good vodka? It's
Yes.
Gary's.
Oh, it's Gary's.
It's Gary's, not Mike's. Oh.
Kathy, he's in his bar in his house. At Beach Buddha headquarters.
What are you saying, Kathy, about me? I hear you. I just can't see you yet.
Don't tell him. You'll never watch this.
Hold on. Let me put this right here.
We're innocent. We weren't talking. We were just sitting here
You
waiting.
just poured it out of the mug. How dare you? Now people are going to get mad at me. So I don't want to give that image, but I started to have a drink and I want to finish it. Cheers.
Go for it. See how it's dirty? It had coffee in it.
It's dirty like our talk today. Well, not our talk. Not our talk. The talk.
I was going to say, I had a dirty talk with you today because I don't remember. Where was I? I had dirty talk with someone, but it wasn't you.
Hi, Doreen. How are you, Doreen? So nice to see you. Oh, boy. So, all right.
Hi, Doreen.
Make one up. Make one up for me.
Kathy was confused. Kathy, we got to stop doing this to you. Weren't you confused a lot on Tuesday? We got to stop.
What do we do? What are we doing to confuse you, Kat? Listen, I'm confused. I got to unconfuse myself.
It's because you said you were in a bar. And
I am in a bar.
I know. Kathy.
All right, Kathy. I am in a bar. I don't know how else I have to. I don't think I can flip my switch here. Can I? Are you hide camera keep? Oh, wait. Let's see. Hold on. That's not gonna work.
This is actually coffee.
Oh, finally you're drinking coffee.
Coffee.
Let's see.
In my Buc-ee's cup. Like Buc-ee's.
Let's see. Mm-hmm.
Buc-ee's. Best
I don't know. I feel embarrassed. Maybe I shouldn't have a. I don't know. I don't think I can flip this screen to show everybody.
They're okay.
Listen, it doesn't. Yeah, Kathy, I am in a bar. I have a bar here, the Beach Buddha Lounge, at the bottom of the compound. I built a bar restaurant, and it's a really cool place, and it's what I'm doing. You can't see it, but you know, you can email me. I'll send you a video.
Yeah.
Real talk with Chris Anthony at gmail.com.
There you go. Oh, thank you, Doreen.
She does, doesn't she? I told her that at the beginning of the podcast. I said, you have beautiful eyes, and look at those lips, Christine.
He didn't say, look at those lips. He did. I didn't hear anything about the eyes.
I always tell you have beautiful eyes.
Well, thank you. You guys are very sweet.
When you're smiling, the whole world smiles.
Oh, no, I told you. Never mind. I want one of those mugs for my coffee, Chris. Oh, he wants one of those mugs.
One of the Beach Buddha mugs, one of these?
Yep.
I think I'm going to put my martini back in here. I'm not comfortable with the martini glass on the screen.
It's because I'm drinking this and I'm making you self-conscious.
And I am. So it's going back in the mug.
Oh my gosh. But see, this is what happens when you come to the pre-show. You know his secrets. Nobody else is going to know unless you guys out him. Or
listen, for those of you that are in the pre-show, there hasn't been but maybe one episode that there's been coffee in there. There's been espresso martinis, and there's been Beach Buddha Coconut Bay mixed with rum. There's always some kind of coffee, except tonight, the dirty martini. But shh.
So if you guys out him, you know, that could happen. I could out him. He won't out him, but
I won't what?
I said you won't out yourself to the rest of the world once we
go
live.
No.
They could and I could. We all know your secret.
And I'm wearing the Beach Buddha. You know, they gave me a nice shirt.
I'm not. So. They didn't give me one. They haven't even given me coffee.
You know what I had to do to get this shirt?
What? Be you?
Be mean. Yes. But I'm gonna get everybody's shirts. I'm gonna try and work on this, and yes, it's gonna be good. I am looking at the
I'll wear a
phone. Just
beach
so you
Buddha.
know, my friends that were in yesterday from the Carolinas, we had a wonderful day together, and they're getting on the plane now. They're letting me know. I'm wishing them well. I love them. Um,
Thank you, Doreen.
wait, let's see. I thought you were FaceTiming or talking. If not, I'll catch up with you another time. I don't know what that meant. So I met this girl on Hinge.
Yep.
And we've been talking, and I said I invited her to watch the podcast, and now she was saying that she does something, and I don't know what she does, and whatever, back and forth.
She does dating a dating show.
Some
She talks
dating
about
advice,
dating
or I don't know, whatever.
on TikTok.
We don't give advice; we just have fun. And then
Yeah.
she's like, I thought we were FaceTiming or talking. If not, I'll catch up with you another time. I don't know what that meant.
I told you, Chris. She thought you were going to have her on the show. She thought you were going to FaceTime with her on the show.
Aha.
That's why she was telling you how many followers she had, which, guys, I will just say, she thinks that she could do the show better, and she has 1,100 followers, but I just clocked over to 10,000.
And, I have to say that I am very proud to be a part of this with Christine. I think it's wonderful. We are going to have so much fun together. It's going to be fantabulous. It's going to go coastal. We are going to travel. We're going to take, I have to figure out a way to get a roaming cam. That's what I got to figure out, to get this thing so we can walk around with the camera and, go to different places. But we are going to do it live from the coastal cruiser that was just obtained, the legendary coastal cruiser, this nice RV.
I see this tax bonus coming in here.
You see what?
I see what you're doing.
What am I doing?
This tax credit, this tax write-off.
Well, it is. It's legit.
I didn't say it's not. I diabolical. I mean, very smart of you.
Well, listen, I'm dumb as an ox, but I got to do things once in a while that make sense.
Yeah, of course.
Life is like a box of chocolates, and stupid is what stupid does.
Yes, Forrest, you are so true.
What do you mean an opportunist, Kathy? Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
No, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You see opportunity and you seize it. That can be a good thing.
You, Christine, with those beautiful lips, have won the election.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because you defended me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what Kathy meant, but I like Kathy, so I'm going to give her a chance to tell me what she means.
I think she meant that in the best possible way. She's saying you are an entrepreneur.
I am. An entrepreneur. Let's see. I got to take this and put it on full display so it doesn't keep going off, so I don't look at it.
Hey.
We
have 1 minute.
That's great. She goes, I don't want to watch. I'd rather get to know you outside of that. Have a good show.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye. Now do you understand why I just don't, with the dating world, I can't anymore.
Oh, she says the female from Hinge is the opportunist.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. Now it makes sense.
Thank you. I didn't see that because I was just blowing her off. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Kathy, thank you. Thank you. I love you, Kathy. You're the best.
What's our subject tonight?
You the subject. What's your subject tonight? I think Chris is flirting with you. No, you don't mix a business with the pleasure.
Right. What do they say? Don't shit where you eat?
Or don't piss where you drink, because you never know what you might be drinking.
There you go.
In this case, if I look at this, I don't know. It could be either way.
Okay.
All right, we're on, huh?
We're on. Hey, guys. Welcome back to Sorry, I'm reading. Welcome back to Unfiltered Real Talk with Christina and Chris. If you guys didn't know, we are here for 15 minutes before the show actually starts, and we're getting so good at starting this that we had almost the whole 15 minutes to just talk with everybody, and we've been. Let me
preface this by saying Christine is getting really good at this. I just know when to show up with my Beach Buddha coffee, stay caffeinated, and talk smack.
He opened the door there, guys. Should we walk through? Nah, we won't. Okay. So okay. I want to do a little tiny bit of housekeeping real quick. Administration. I just want to mention that we do have wait a sec. You read the comment. I'm going to tell them about our email addresses. So if somebody wants to contact us, they can at realtalkwithchristine@gmail.com or realtalkwithchrisanthony@gmail.com. And we would be happy to get your emails.
I have a question, Christine.
What?
I know I'm going a little bit off track, but you just made me think of it, and I got to get it off my chest. Are we having fun?
Oh yeah, I love this. I love this.
I mean, I love. I mean, you have kept me so focused and so on point, you know, and I'm having fun with this, and I love it. When and if
What if
and if
if
are you adding me?
Yes, I think it. Do you think he's off probation, guys? Do you think it's been
You know
long
what?
enough?
Let them decide. Am I out of jail and out on bail, and that's the way it goes, or am I free to be on the show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to add his name to the headline, to the title? I think it's probably about time.
Well, let them decide. I mean,
Okay.
Listen, Christine, I will always give credit where credit is due, and that's what it's all about. This is your baby. This was your entire world. You brought me into it, which is fantastic. Just like a good relationship, you bring someone into your world, and then little by little, you merge. So it's up to them.
And it wasn't an easy journey. You know, we talked for, gosh, honestly, I guess probably about 7 months or so.
I have been successfully vetted. I like that word, but I don't know, Mr. Fix-It. I got to tell you, I just don't know what the IMO means.
Hey, that's in my opinion, and that is Mike. That's not Mr. Fix-It. That's Mike.
Oh, that is Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Mike. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I was trying to be cool and remember everybody. That's right. You are Mike. Mike, thank you, Mike.
He is Mike. Okay, guys. So
and I asked about you today, Mike, this morning. I said, "How's Mike doing?"
Yeah, I told him.
All right. This is good stuff.
Okay, so you guys want to know what the topic is, which we will get to that in a moment. So I want to also remind everybody that if you're not on our YouTube channel, go to our YouTube channel, Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine, and subscribe and watch there. That way you can chat with us. It's just much easier for us.
And I want to say that I'm just glancing because I have to. Debbie Belushi, Dawn Murray, who's getting on a plane in just a little bit. Andrea Pallara, who says, wrong glass for that, Chris. You're right, but hey. Bill Frazie's a dear friend. Daniel Moro. Daniel's in Italy watching. In Italy. All right. And the rest of the crew that's watching, cheers to you. Thanks for watching. And go on to YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, and communicate with us.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've got like thousands of viewers and listeners and 47 or 49 YouTube subscribers. Guys, all of you people out there that are listening to this on Spotify and all the other places, why haven't you gone to our YouTube channel and subscribed? It would help a lot.
We need to get at least 1,000 plus or better on YouTube, at least 1,000. So spread the word. And I have to tell you, my commitment, just so you know, to Christine and all of you, is a commitment. You know, we're trying. We've got an overwhelming response for sponsors that want to, be on the show and pay us and what have you, like Beach Buddha Coffee and some other people. The best roast from coast to coast, beachbuddhacoffee.com.
We're going to reach out to some vodka.
But
people.
Beach Buddha Coffee, please don't be mad at me. Tonight there was a martini in here, but I'm still representing.
He outed himself. We didn't have to do it, guys.
But really, I love being here. I love all of you. I think this is great, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm committed to it, and it's really nice to have it's almost like a place to go. It's like cheers. You know, you guys are great. So cheers.
Hey, maybe we could get a button that we can push, and when we come on, when anybody comes into the chat room, we could say, "Hi, Mike. Hi, Owen." Isn't that what they said? Everybody would just yell "Hi," and they'd say their name, the whole bar.
We can.
Yeah.
Like this.
No, not like that.
Hi, everybody, and welcome.
Not like that.
Doesn't Christine's eyes and lips look beautiful today?
That's not what I was thinking about. Thank you very much. But I was thinking more of, what is it? What do they say about Cheers?
Where everybody knows your name.
Right.
And they're always glad you came.
Yeah. So we need some little buttons. You know how they have the applause
We gotta
button?
work on the buttons.
Yeah. We need a button that's got like our top subscribers, our top viewers. And when they come in, it says, hi, whoever.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So I want to talk very, very quickly about Tuesday's podcast because yesterday I got a who's a principal? You're a principal, Chris? I got a story dropped in my lap that was 100% relative to the podcast on Tuesday. And it is a story, an example, because Chris kept asking me how, and you guys, a lot of people were confused. How do you even broach that topic of intimacy with a person that you're,
I wrapped my head around that all day today.
Right. Day. So I have just a tiny little story that's an example, may help, may not, but it's a true story. I am very, very close to the person that told me the story. It just happens to be my daughter, and she listens to the podcast. She didn't listen to Tuesdays, but she probably has by now. But we talked about it, and she said, what's funny is that so her man, when they started dating, they were on, I'm not sure if it was their first date. I thought it was their first date, but it was no more than the second. But they were at dinner, and he said that he needed to ask her a question. And he prefaced it by explaining to her, look, I have been in a bad relationship, and I didn't have intimacy. And I can't ever have a relationship like that again. I can't go back there. So I really like you. And before I like you even more, I have to ask you, as a priority, is sex important to you in a relationship? And how important? Where is that priority? What's that look like to you? And she said that when he said it, she was like aghast, but not because she was offended. She just couldn't believe how adult and mature this guy was, that he was able to just, tell her, I had a bad relationship. I don't want to do this again. So, how do you feel about it? And she didn't know what to say because she was so taken aback by his honesty. But she just blurts out, yeah, sex is very important, period. Full stop. Done. And they, and then they just had conversation about it. It just opened the door, and she said it was number one. So for both of them, they named, where is it on your priority list? It was their number one priority that they were looking for, that they were concerned about.
But do you think, Christine, at some point during this conversation, I don't know where they were, what they were doing.
Dinner.
Okay, so dinner, most likely a drink or two. Okay, and I keep saying that only because it makes things a little bit easier when you're in that situation. But
I don't think they
that they
were
both at that point comfortable with each other enough to talk? I mean, how many dates was that? How long? Like, what?
I think it was the first date. I think
it was the first date.
Yeah.
Wow.
Might have been the second, but I think it was the first.
What? So what? How did he actually open up the question? What did he say to her?
I just told you that is actually how it happened.
Okay, so that's how we. Okay.
So when I told you guys, one way to introduce it is to ask questions.
Time out. 1 second. I am listening, and I heard everything you said. I just wanted to make sure that was exactly the way, So
yeah. So when I suggested to you guys that a good way to introduce the questioning, the line of questioning was to either play the 20 questions game or just tell each other, let's ask each other some questions, kind of get to know me questions. And so they were kind of doing that. They weren't playing any kind of game or anything, but they were in that get to know me phase where they were asking the more, life questions, not the what color do you like, but what does retirement look like to you? Where do you want to, things that matter to your life too, if you were to get involved with this person.
It's funny. That's something my grandmother always told me. She's like, and my mom, she's like, ask the question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Right.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Some people can't answer that question. you know, and that may be important to you. And Doreen says, I would never talk about intimacy on a first date. That's crazy. And that is totally valid. And that is okay. That person, if you were sitting at a table with a person who asked you that, then that's awesome. That's awesome. He's not disrespecting you because he explained to you why he's asking. So that is sort of like saying, I respect you, but I need to ask this because it's truly important to me. But then you're able to sit back and say, he's not for me. And thank goodness that he told you right up front that this is important to him, important enough that he would talk about it. You know.
Now, it's funny. Be careful, though. If you ask a question like that, and this is true story. I had that question. I said, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years? And the answer was, I see myself with you, blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
Are they with me?
No, you know what? That's great because now you know she's crazy and she's not for you.
Red flags. Trust your gut. Know if you think this person is crazy or not. And how do you know if they're crazy or they're lying or they're telling you the truth? Where do you draw the parallel? How do you know? How do you know?
Well, I think
your daughter could have asked, or he could have asked your daughter that question. Okay. She should have been like, yeah.
That is a good question, Kathy.
What's that?
I just was telling Kathy that is a good question. Go ahead.
So no, I'm just saying that, somebody could be fibbing.
Yes. No, absolutely. See, and this question is one that I'm sorry, and I hate to say this, it does happen more by women, but it does also happen by men. It happens by everybody. But a lot of people lie about their desire for sex, and then you won't know. This is not something that you can figure out.
They lie about everything. People lie about everything, and that includes sex, and that includes everything. So what do you know? What do you know?
Okay, let's play fair and say people don't lie about everything, but people can lie about everything. There's nothing off the table.
I'm sorry. I'm not saying people lie as a whole. I'm saying in certain situations like that, a lot of lying happens when you're trying to win somebody over.
That's what I was getting at. People will definitely be dishonest. They will exaggerate their interest in sex. They will exaggerate their interest in or their abilities, or what just what they're interested in. They will exaggerate or flat out lie to get you because they want to. And Lizette, I 100% agree with you. And that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to feel disrespected. You just have to be grateful that they asked you a question that has shown you that you are not to be with that person. And you enjoy your dinner and you say goodbye and you tell them you're not interested in another date and be happy.
I think,
but I do want to talk about the lying thing.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that.
What are you doing, Chris?
I'm screwing things up here. I hit a button. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I hit a button and something happened. And
freak.
I didn't mean to hit the button.
Look at him. He keeps hitting buttons. I'm literally hitting buttons. I don't mean to do it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
I'm going to leave that button. I don't know what I just did, but it's good enough. So.
All right.
Sorry, Christine.
What did you do?
Okay. I was trying to put people's conversations on, and I hit the wrong button. Okay.
Okay. So regarding the lying. Okay. So I don't want to win somebody over. I want them to just want me authentically. Agree. That's why, yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's why you don't want to lie about any of this stuff. But the truth is people will do that. And when it comes to intimacy, you won't know until you take the risk. There's no way to know, unfortunately. But what about everything else? What about, so there are flat out lies when you're trying to get to know somebody that somebody will, may tell you. There are omissions. They just decide not to tell you. And if I'm not asked about it, I'm not telling. If she asks, yeah, well, I'll just leave it at that. If she asks or he asks, I'll tell them, but otherwise I'm not mentioning it. And then there's just people that flat out go into a relationship, a get to know me period, and they lie. They're just like, I don't want this person to ever know this about me. Chris and I were talking about, like, for example, if somebody was taking Xanax in a recreational manner or in an addictive manner, but they're working on it, and they're trying to get done with that and be done with it, so they don't mention it. And if you don't ask them if they have an addiction problem of any kind, then they feel justified in not mentioning it, and yay, we're back. And then you get into this relationship, you start catching feelings, and then something happens and they didn't kick the habit, and you find out, or you find out because you have some terrible, horrible experience that you never would have got involved in if they had been honest.
But now let me ask you another question, because some of it's personal experience, some of it's not. People hide things of this nature.
That's what I'm saying. The omission, right?
And how do you know or not know? When do you might see a person, you might date a person and see certain things, and you might blow it off or look at it as different. What happened?
Don't hit the vodka button.
Yeah. So that's the panic button. So, and then so much time goes by and you don't realize it. Then somehow it comes out and you're like, you wasted all this time.
Well, not only did you waste the time, but you got invested. Part of your heart got invested in
right.
that person.
No time is wasted, vested time. You're right.
Yeah. And that's terrible. So how do you, so my question and why I want to talk about this is, how do you avoid this? Is there any way to avoid it? I mean, I have an experience that I can share regarding this type of thing.
Do it.
I know Chris has one as well. I don't know that he wants to really talk about it, but I'll talk about mine.
We can talk.
Okay. But I mean, we can share our experiences, but then what I want to do is I want to talk about how do we avoid this in the future? And our experiences might have taught us some things. Maybe it will, be a cautionary tale. But so for me, I have had my podcast for 3 years. I had a lot of stuff. My old podcast before Chris and I had like my origin story. It was like a 4-parter. There was a lot of get to know me stuff on my podcast. And it never occurred to me that somebody might use my podcast, sort of stalk it and devour every bit of information they could find on me. And then
happens to me all the time, being in the entertainment business for 38 years, happens to me like it's people's job to stalk me and want to just nail me to a cross for nothing.
Well, I get that. This is a little bit different because I actually am on camera telling them what my perfect man looks like. I'm giving them a look into my head and my heart, and I'm letting them know what I've been through. I'm letting them know what I'm looking for, and he took in all that information, and then he contacted me to date me. We started dating to date me.
Oh, to date you. I'm sorry.
To date me, and we started dating. And I do feel gullible, dumb. When I think about it, I know that I was played. So, there wasn't really a lot I could do about it. But I had moments where I was sitting there saying, this is just, I mean, we have so many similarities. There were so many things where he's like, oh, he would tell me a story, that pertained to something that had happened in my life. So see what he would do. He'd be like, oh, well, one time
do you think that is a really cold, hard case of textbook narcissist?
Let me tell you what happened. And I don't know. But what happened was,
because he was definitely not genuine. He was interested in something, but not genuinely interested in you.
Okay, well, let me tell you what happened before you decide.
Okay.
I won't go into all the detail, but we spent a lot of time together, and then it was determined that we were going to continue. At least it seemed that way because of how we'd been and the time together. And so it was like a Monday after a weekend that we had spent a lot of time together, and we just started doing the normal texting, and I said something about, I probably said something like, talking about the next time we're going to meet or something, but it was definitely making him feel like, I think this is a relationship. Right? And he says, I don't know where we're going from here. And I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember, but he said he didn't know where we were going, that I really didn't know who he was. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I know a hell of a lot about you. You know a lot about me. I mean, this is really, really good. And he's like, no, you honestly don't. He said, you hear people say that they put their best foot forward, and I was making a good first impression, and I pushed him. I'm like, yes, but we spent a lot of time. He goes, so he came clean, and he's like, look, I listened to your podcast. I learned who you are. I became your perfect man. That wasn't fair, and you need to get to know the real me before you decide if you.
Right then and there, I would have got up, whatever. Hopefully you weren't in your house. Would have got up and said, thank you very much. I don't want to get to know. The fact that this person said that, stalked you, became your perfect man, now wants to switch the switch.
Right. And what I did, we were on the phone, and what I did was say, yes, thank you for being honest. No, thank you. Fuck off. Goodbye.
What would possess, listen, if you want to be a psychopath, as Kathy says, clearly this person was a psychopath. Why in God's name would you stalk you, try to be your perfect man, and then say, oh, you got to get to know the real me now?
Right. Well, it was like a social experiment. He wanted to see if he could do it, and he did. It worked. He was able to manipulate me. And
So maybe I need to change my dating ways and become a social experiment.
No, you do not. That's not the cautionary tale.
Don't worry, I won't.
No.
This is me. What you see is what you get. Listen, I tried to get the girl from Hinge to come on here to watch the real me. She don't want to do it. So
that's okay.
She said, I want to get to know the real you. I'm saying, log on.
Yeah, no. It caused me to know that I can't trust people and they're not honest with me. So for the longest time, I was very, very distrustful. So that's my story. Did you want to share your story real quick, Chris? And then we'll talk about what we do now. Because I have things that I do now.
I got to be honest with you. Which story are we talking about?
Well, I don't want to say, because you actually said you weren't going to talk about that anymore. About a relationship that wasn't 100% with you up front, and then it was a big problem in the relationship. And if they had been honest,
I mean, I don't want to get too far into it, because I've been in the hot seat so many times. I don't want to give too much personal information.
And you don't have to at all if you don't want to.
No, but I'm going to say I dated a woman that I thought I adored. I brought her around my family. And there were some issues. There were issues, and I didn't know about them. I sort of knew some of it, but didn't understand all of it. And it opened up red flags. And the end result was it didn't end well. Okay.
Yeah.
And, I just wish that people, when you're dating, okay, would just be real. Would just be real. Just, listen, I'm out in the dating world. I'm on 1 or 2 different dating apps. I pay limited attention to them, but how many people, I tell you the truth, even with these dating apps, how much can you talk to how many people? It's like you start to talk to one, then another one chimes in. Your ADD is like, who.
I agree.
I want this. I want to focus on one person, one attribute, one life, one whatever. I mean, it's
you don't need the distractions in today's world. The way that we date, it's very distracting. And if you're new to it, it's very overwhelming. You don't know how to navigate it. And it really makes you feel bad. If you're a genuinely nice person, it makes you feel bad, because you feel like you need to talk to all these people and you're being distracted. And my advice is always, if one stands out, you just got to bite the bullet and tell the others. You could either just stop talking to them, but I wouldn't burn that bridge.
But one was standing out, and we talked about it, and then it turned a little bit. This person may be watching. I don't even know.
But that's okay. That's my point. That's why I wouldn't burn the bridges. But all those other people on all the apps are your distraction from the one that's standing out. So you want to go to those, and the other people you're having active conversations with, and don't delete them. Don't block them. Send them a nice message and say, hey, I met somebody that I'm talking to. I don't want to be distracted. So, and this is exactly what I would do for you too. So I'm going to pay attention and give her, my 100% attention. And if if it doesn't work out and you're still around, I would love to reconnect with you. They are either going to hate you or they're going to totally understand. Whichever way it goes is fine because you did the right thing. And then you start paying attention to the one that stood out. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to flip and fizzle out.
And the other thing is, being on these dating apps, and I'm sure you've seen it. Yes, Doreen, women can be narcissistic, and I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
I've experienced it. I've lived it. Okay, I'm not perfect. I struggle all the time to do the right thing, and I've had my moments. Believe me, I've had them. I'm sure Christine's had them. I know Christine's had them. We've all had them. But there comes a point where, when do you know when it's narcissism, or when do you know when it's gaslighting, or this, that, blah, 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 all these terms, or it's real and people lie?
I don't try to label all these people. I know we have all these labels, the breadcrumbing, the love bombing, the narcissism, and I get it. There's too many. So for me, I want to look at what I'm looking for in a relationship, what I'm looking for in a person. Is he providing it? Do I have questions? Do I have doubts? Do I have worries? I want to be able to address them. And that'd probably be the first thing. I want to be able to address them with him. And as long as he's open and honest with me, and I'm able to address them, then we're going to get a lot further. But there is no guarantee that that anybody is not going to hold back on you. And that doesn't necessarily, you don't have to label them anything. It could be something minor, but would really matter to you. But in their eyes, it's minor. And that's why you should never do it, because you don't know how anything might affect the person you want a relationship with. You don't know where they've been. You don't know what they've been through. Right. So while you might think, this is really no big deal. If they ask me about this type of thing, I will tell them. If they don't hit on it, I'm going to assume it doesn't matter to them, and I'm keeping it to myself. Some people do that without malintent. But then there are people who are doing it because they're manipulative, and you need to pay enough attention and ask enough questions. And it comes back to communication. And that's what I'm talking about. People don't put in the time to communicate and really listen and get to know somebody. Ask more questions. They're like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to ask so many questions. I don't want to be chatty Cathy. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Now is the time.
I agree.
Now is the time.
You have to be. But that brings us back to what we've said is, how do you know if someone is lying to you or not? Now, Melinda just came on at the right time. Thank you for joining the YouTube, Melinda. She said,
I agree with her.
We don't want to have red flags, and we got to trust our gut. Our gut knows. Some people are so good at it where they'll pull the heartstrings, as my mother would say, and they'll make you feel good, and then they're lying to you. They're outright lying to you, or it changes, and it's, I'm so
but that is, if we're going to label things, that's the love bombing. And people do that a lot today, where they learn you, they know what you want. Maybe you tell them, and they give it to you. They love bomb you. They make you feel good. They make you believe you are the best thing in the world to them. And you are on, you are on the verge of a fantastic relationship with this person. And they get you exactly where they want you, where you're just, oh my gosh, this could be love, or, whatever. And then once they know they've got you, they pull it away from you. And then they make you scared and worried, and they like to watch you freak out. And then they give it back to you, and they get you all, happy and giddy again. And then they pull it away from you, and it's miserable.
Why?
Because they're sick.
Why? I mean, I've gotten to know you long enough, Christine, to know what you want in a relationship. I think you kind of know what I want in a relationship and what we think our viewers want in relationships. Why does that happen? I don't want to talk to several women. I don't want to go out on 18 drink dates. I don't want to go out to 4 different dinners. I want to go out, meet somebody, and be like, this is great. Look forward to talking to them, hear their voice, and say, all right, let's give this a go. I'm not saying you're going to jump right in.
I agree, but like with all, it's just not the same as when you do it face to face, and you meet somebody, and Dating's just not the same as it used to. As far as that goes, Chris, we kind of have to accept the fact that you're going to have to kind of, kiss a bunch of frogs before you get to your prince. It's just the way it is. That's kind of why we talk about the compatibility and how, how much you're going to, I don't know, put up with, or how far you're going to go, how long you're going to put into a person before you figure it out. Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering, what is he doing? But yeah.
I mean, listen, be careful what you say. You never know what I'm going to pull out of my hat.
So I want to address a couple of questions or a couple of comments. Mike said, where did it go? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So when I was talking about having to, get rid of your distractions, when we were talking about that, he said, I had to take care of a couple of distractions, LOL, but it was an easy decision. And he's LOLing because, and Chris, I told you about this, he's talking about him and I and having to get rid of distractions. And he did get rid of those distractions. Although Mike, tell me if I'm right or wrong here. He says it was an easy decision, and I think it probably was for him, but he didn't necessarily understand in the beginning why. And I explained to him and I kept telling him, this is the way I feel about it. You do not have to feel this way about it.
So clearly, it's safe to say, and I asked you, so things are going okay with Mike.
Yeah, we've been on 3 dates. How many? I mean, maybe we call it.
I don't know. You're in Illinois. I'm in New Jersey.
I was actually looking at him in the chat room when I did that. No, things are going good, and he's got rid of his distractions. I've got rid of my distractions, and but again, I explained to him because he didn't get it. Why would you not talk to other people? And I just told him, look, the way I feel about it is it's distracting and you may miss out on something good because you're dividing all your attention between other people. And that for me, I've found that it doesn't work. I end up not paying attention to the one that I'm actually, the standout. So that's what works for me. Again, you don't have to do that. You don't have to agree with it. Then Lizette said something that I wanted to look at.
Let me ask you a question. When we are responding to people on the YouTube, even though it's not on the screen, can you people see the responses
that we're sending you when we reply?
Because if not, then we have to bring them in and import them so everybody can see, which I'm okay with that. I just want to see. I just realized I'm replying to you. Sometimes if you see me look down, I'm just quickly replying. And
I think they can, because I think that I've gotten replies to mine, but
they can.
Yeah. Okay. So Lizette.
I'm sorry. Thank you to realize I'm not looking down. I'm listening, but my replies are not the best grammar. I'm just quickly trying to tell you something to get you, So anyway.
Sometimes it's easier to write a reply. So she says, it's okay to talk to several women on your dating apps, but just be honest. You don't become a pen pal, go on dates right away. You'll know pretty quickly who you feel a connection with. So I agree, Lizette. The only thing that I have to say is there is a caveat. Some people don't want to, and there's nothing wrong with this. Some people want to have several conversations over a few days before they say, okay, let's meet. Nothing wrong with that. And I don't think we're talking about getting rid of. We are not talking about not having a lot of conversations on the apps. We're talking about once you start dating somebody, if you go on date 1 and it looks like, hey, this may be working, and then
like
you go on date,
Mike?
Right, and then on date 2, you're like, okay, this is looking good, and we're gonna have another date. At that point, I consider the other people. He's a standout, and the other people are the distractions. And he and I had that conversation. He didn't understand because he's new to dating and dating apps. He's come out of a long relationship. This is all new to him. So he didn't get it. He's like, he's like, Lizette.
Well, that's what I said to you last week about, girls gone wild or even men gone wild out of a divorce. What's going on here? It's like, popcorn, candy.
Right. And so he said, isn't that what the dating apps are about? You get a lot of people in the pool. I'm like, yes, it is. Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with you. And furthermore, you do not have to do what I do. And he's like, yeah, but then you won't want to date me. I'm like, yeah, but Mike, That is your choice. I am not asking you to do anything. I am letting you know honestly how I feel about it. And if you are going to be telling me in one breath that you want to keep dating me real time, but I'm going to keep talking to other people, I don't like the distractions. I don't want
Well, I
you
gotta tell you,
distracted.
I gotta say, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
no, Mike, and because I don't know, I'm trying. Like, there's a delay, so if I don't mean to cut you off, just see. Um, Mike said, the concept of the dating pool was foreign to him. Okay, so at least he's being honest. Unlike some of these women, he eliminated stuff. He met you, and that would be great. If I was on a dating pool or in his and multiple women are talking and then one strikes me, I'm going to focus. So, Mike, that's great. I appreciate you being honest and saying, it was foreign to you and you met Christine. And obviously, Mike, I know a lot more than you think I know because Christine and I talk, not necessarily about you, but about it relates to our topics. So her trials and tribulations with you relate to what we're going to talk about in general. So I respect you. I don't know you, but I respect you as a man and what you were feeling. And hopefully this works out for you too. If it doesn't, you're learning. You're
And I
growing.
like where he puts at the end, no one wants to feel like an option because
Right.
and he also didn't get that. And God love him. Men are adorable. He hates when I say he's adorable. I'm not adorable. I'm a man. Whatever.
Whatever.
Whatever. You're adorable. That deer in the headlights look that a guy gets in his eyes when you're trying to tell him that, something, especially when it has to do with other women, that's offensive or it can be taken a certain way, and they're just looking at you like, huh? What? It's like, okay, listen real carefully, and you got to explain it and explain. It's like, again, you don't have to agree. I just want you to know what I think about it. That's it.
And just,
Tell me I don't agree with you. I respectfully agree to disagree. And I'm like, okay, that's good. See, we don't agree. We may not be compatible in the way we feel about emotional availability for each other. I don't know. This may be just a little bit of a red flag. We need to investigate and talk more. But it's okay. It's all right.
well, that deer in the headlights thing, there's also nothing better when you feel a woman, and this has happened to me, looks at you and gives you that hallmark moment and lets you know, like, hey, this is it. And I just had this conversation last night, okay, with my friends. And all of a sudden, it's the most amazing moment. And you feel like you're going to be with this person. And it's like, wow, it's happening. And all of a sudden, bang, Ghostville. Like,
yeah, and that's so wrong.
Was it momentary for them? Was it alcohol induced for them? Was it something else induced? Why?
I think I've learned over time, because it happens way too often. I think that person is probably connected to another person in a somewhat committed way. Either they are actually married or in a long-term relationship, or it is just that there was somebody else in the pool, and after they got to know you a bit, instead of just saying to you, I know I was all hot and heavy a minute ago, but now I don't know, I'm, rather than just being an adult and saying that, they just ghost you, and then they go to that other person in the pool that they're like, yeah, I think you're better. I think you're better. And it happens all the time.
All the time.
All the time. And it's just one of the inherent risks of dating today, because we have too many people to look at. There's too many people. but you're not going to get away from it.
Listen, if you meet somebody and you look at them and you like them and you go on a date with them and you want to go on another date with them and you're thinking about asking the questions to lead to intimacy, as we're talking about.
I agree, Linda.
Why do you need to look at the rest of the pool? Stay in the shallow end or the deep end, wherever end you're in. Stay in your little section of the pool.
Okay. Your example that you were talking to your friends about last night, was this like you're sitting, like a first date thing? Like you got together?
Two dates.
Okay. 2 dates. No, all right. And at the end of the
we had prior history. We knew each other. Knew family.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It was 2 dates. By the end of the second date, she ghosted you. And you thought things looked really good on both ends.
And then later on came back.
Okay, but
and then tried to, it was like
I just want
mind
to
blowing.
I just want to address the pool thing and the distractions. For me, and everybody's different, but for me, by the end of the end of the second date is when I personally make my decision that I'm going to get rid of distractions. Because I feel if I'm thinking of having a third date, I do not want any of those distractions. What if somebody comes and I'm like all in on this guy as far as, continuing, and then somebody that just has one little thing different comes along and then now I'm confused.
Okay, but wait a minute. If you're dating this person, like this person I went on,
2 dates.
I really was more than 2 dates. It was a couple, let's say 3. It was a weird situation. It was conversations and mutual friends and family and blah 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 blah, and then just disappeared. Just disappeared. But sold me a bill of goods. I'm not going to get into it because it might somewhere out there in Internetville, somebody might know what I'm talking about. This person made comments that made me feel like, wow, like this is going to be life changing, And then all of a sudden, and I found out later on why they ghosted me. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
Why?
Okay, again, it part of it was I don't want to get into it.
You got to just make it short and simple.
I heard that apparently this person thought I wanted to live in a trailer. It was after Sandy, and I was building a house, or didn't know if I was building a house, and I was looking at RVs to put on my lot, and then I was going to go back north and had conversation, and then
you don't even have to continue. The crux of it was she thought you wanted to live in a trailer, and rather than talk to you about it, she ghosted you because she's like, no way, this isn't for me.
Ask me a question. Say,
I know.
What are your intentions? What are you trying to do?
I agree. That's part of the whole communication thing. Now, Abby, not to be harsh, but had to learn this myself. Just because you feel compatible does not mean that they feel the same about you. You have to sometimes look at yourself 100%. They're not into you. They're just not that into you. That happens. But the whole look, you have to look at yourself. That is paramount. I tell everybody, again, you don't have to do what I did, but after my divorce and before I decided to get serious about somebody else, I did have a relationship with somebody, and I was again with a man who treated me like shit. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. Why do I keep gravitating towards?
Because I think it becomes like a challenge. You feel like,
well, here's the point. For whatever the reason was, whatever it was, I had to do a lot of self-reflecting. I needed to look at me and figure out what's going on with me. Why, like Abby says, sometimes you just have to look at yourself. And I think everybody should be required to do a soul search of themselves after the end of a relationship before they're allowed to get into another one. You have to sit and look at yourself in the mirror and take account for everything about yourself and who you are and what you want in a person, and own it and know that you're worth it. And you have to say to yourself, and it's like, if I had to tattoo this across some people's foreheads, I would. Do not settle. Period.
Right.
You're worth it. You're worth it. Don't waffle. Don't, and as far as the lying goes, it happens. And
but how do you know anymore? How do you know?
You don't. I mean, because what we're talking about is like if somebody lies about a substance abuse addict or something, addiction or something like that, or see, I can't say a criminal record because we can check that. If you don't know about my case, you can use my case.
I'll be honest with you. If somebody had a criminal record, okay, they shoplifted, they whatever. I don't know what a criminal record would be, but I would rather see that. And the person redeem themselves and be genuine, honest, and true. Say, I made a mistake. Then lie to me and continue to lie to me and narcissistically lie to me and be a jerk off and fill my head with bullshit, and I'm screwed at the end.
100%. I agree. And that's why we're adults. We own who we are, and we just tell a new person. You might feel, ask Mike, he's he's right there. I might word vomit all over you for the first week that we're together, but you are going to know where I've been. You're going to know what I've been through. I doubt you'll have any questions. If you do, I am here available and I'm ready to talk about it. I don't want any surprises.
And then it's funny because like I've had situations where I've talked to girls and I've been out somewhere, out in a restaurant or something going on, and I would start to talk about some of my past, like, hey, I'm really enjoying our date here tonight. I've been here before and it was really miserable, and this was why. And thank you. And they get twisted. I'm like, I'm trying to bring this home and say, hey, this is great. I'm so happy to be here. And at the same time, they're like, they get, and then it turns the whole script.
But why? Why? Because they
I'm
think
the
you're
bad
giving
guy.
them, because you think you're blowing them off.
No, I'm the bad guy. I'm the person that whatever that I don't even know. I don't even truly know the answer.
Well, look, when it comes to, and I agree with Chris. I agree with Chris about if somebody has a past criminal record, that doesn't mean they're irredeemable. That is,
People
again,
make mistakes. We all make mistakes.
right. That's a personal choice. Everybody should own their shit. But I'm going to tell us, all of you people out there, if you don't use my case, you need to use my case. If you don't use Ben Verified, you need to use Ben Verified. Ask for their phone number and you put it in Ben Verified, and you can find out a lot about them. And the first thing you'll find out is that their phone number matches their name. And if it doesn't, why doesn't it? There can be a reason. I mean, it could be under their spouse's name. I think if you put my name in, it's probably under my, well, it might not be anymore, but it might not be my name. It might be, my kid's name, because I think I have an account with him. So the point is,
what? Here's the thing, Christine. Why does it have to get to that point?
I get it, but
I'm
you know
old
what?
school.
There's no point in whying this. Just take care of yourself and do it. And if you don't do it, it's just like the communication. If you're not willing to communicate, then you can expect your relationship to fall apart. And if you're not willing to take these steps to find out if somebody's who they say they are, then don't be surprised if you get played. And you still could get played.
I'm tired of getting played. I'm tired. You know what? As a man, listen, again, I will own any mistake I make over the years, over the lifetime, over to this day. Anything and I know what they are, who they are, and whatever the case may be, I'll own it.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of also getting played. I'm tired of, there was a date I went on last year. No, I don't know, not last year, whatever it was. Met this girl, we went out, I met her once in a restaurant with some friends. Then I saw her again, and then we exchanged numbers, and we went out. I took her on 2 dinners, and I don't care. Really, I asked her where she wanted to go. I'm like, well, I don't care where you want to go. And she picked this restaurant, and it was a super expensive restaurant for the most. I mean, whatever. I don't care. Money. Listen, I care about money, but when it comes to well-being, I'm not going to nickel, and I'm not that guy. All right, I'll figure it out. I'll make it up. I'll go rake somebody's leaves. Whatever it takes. Anyway, so twice. Then we're hanging out, and we kissed a little bit, and I thought it was great. And then we went on a date on a Sunday. There was a little band. It was a happy hour. And then she was a holistic type life coach, spiritual, whatever. Okay, great. And I was trying to learn from her. I was talking to her and trying to adapt my ways, not be so hard, and just listen. And then all of a sudden, she had some test she took. She passed the test and was on Facebook, right? Oh, passed, blah, 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 blah. I texted her. I'm like, hey, wow. I just saw on Facebook. I said, I didn't think I would have to look on Facebook to see what this milestone was for you. We were the night before, we were hanging out and had a beautiful happy hour dinner, and we were making out and whatever. Oh, you're treating this like we're boyfriend and girlfriend. This is not right. I was like, my head was freaking blown.
Okay, but Chris, I have a question. I understand what you're saying as far as the time that you've been together and, and all the things that you shared. Did you guys have a discussion about exclusivity and call it boyfriend?
No, but okay. Let this be a whole nother episode. No, we didn't. We went out on 2-3 dates. nice dinners, whatever. This one was a nice Sunday after. The conversation was good. Yes, that last date, I was leading a lot of the conversation because I was opening up to her. Okay. But then we came back to my house where we're drinking, we're talking, just sitting, then we're making out and no crazy sex or anything, just kissing, but it was nice. And then I was like, I would think you'd want to communicate with me. You'd want to share with me. I don't want to be in your pants overnight. I want you to share with me. I want to grow that way. All right. We kissed. It was nice. The magnetism was there. I thought it was, she didn't deny that. But I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, what am I missing? We talked about it, and wouldn't you be excited to text me like, hey, I passed my exam? I would have been like, let's go out for dinner. Congratulations,
Well, I mean, everybody gets there on their own time frame, their own time schedule, their own schedule. And,
so
for
why
her,
are you in my presence going out with me? Going out to dinner 2-3 times, having a great time, making out with me, making me feel the vibe. The vibe was there. What am I missing?
Because she maybe, Chris, if you had communicated to her that you are taking where you're at as you guys are headed towards a relationship.
She knew that. What else would I be doing?
Chris, stop it.
It wasn't a booty call because if I wanted it to be a booty call,
You cannot say, guys, back me up here. You can't just say she knew that when you didn't communicate together. You can't assume another person's feelings just because, hey, I want to talk about that I had up. That's why I had it up. Sorry, but you have to communicate. You have to communicate. You didn't communicate. You sort of, and I'm not saying that she's right or wrong. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is she had every right to, because you guys didn't have the talk. You didn't talk to her. She might have been saying to you, too bad you didn't tell me that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. You didn't tell me that I should be sharing these things. It goes both ways, and you have to have that conversation. So Sandra said, I don't feel comfortable. I don't believe in talking about my past. Sandra, totally your call, 100%. I just wanted to say that there is a reason. And I've had a couple of men tell me, I don't want to talk about my past. My past is my past. That's where it is. It's in the past. It doesn't define who I am. And I'm like, totally, I get it. But I want to explain to you why I like sharing my past and why I would love to hear about your past. It helps me to know who you are. There is no better way for me to know who you are than to hear about your past relationships, your love. I don't want to hear you bashing your ex. I want to hear how you loved. I want to hear about children. I want to hear the good stuff. I want to hear who you are. I also want to hear things like, and hearing these stories opens these questions up. I want to hear, so tell me the wonderful things from your relationships that you want to bring into a new relationship, and tell me about the stuff that you learned that you really will never do again. You can't have these deep, meaningful conversations and learn who someone is and where they've been, and see, and the cheating thing, that is something that is, people don't want to talk about their past, usually because it's uncomfortable. And Sandra, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying a lot of times people don't want to share their past because it was traumatic, or it's an uncomfortable thing to talk about, and they don't want to get into it.
That's fine. That's fine. I get it.
But I don't agree. And I will tell you right now, I can't have a relationship with a man who is not willing to get into it with me. Well, and that's okay. That's okay.
I have to clarify one thing to Abby Cole.
Yeah.
Abby Cole said, well, Chris, you were in a 2-year relationship and all of a sudden you're talking about this situation. Yes, Abby, my 2-year relationship was up and down. There were bouts of separations. It was not, again, I don't want to get personal. I don't want to, because it's not fair to any one person to talk about a past relationship or anything like that, especially if anybody of their friends or their family are listening. It's not, everybody's a good person. There was no right or wrong answer. So this was after. There was
I don't understand. What did it matter that I can't find the comment. She said that you were in a 2-year relationship and now you're talking about this. Talking about what?
Because what I was saying about the girl that I was the girl with the making out and the dinners and whatever, and then all of a sudden, so Abby's like, wait a minute, you were in a relationship. I'm like, no,
That's not the same person, though.
it's not the same person. But she, and in Abby's defense, is, I don't.
Is she saying you did this while you were with the other person?
That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Or thinking, and
Yeah,
I can understand why Abby's saying that, but that relationship, and I don't want to get into that relationship.
No.
It doesn't. It was up and down, on and off, like anything else.
So you might have been off.
I did my thing. It was a very trying situation.
Like Ross and Rachel, you might have been on a break.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways. Thank you, Linda.
So Mike said there's no. So when I was talking about ask Mike, because I word vomited all over him for the last few days. Wait, where did it go? Chris, stop that.
What'd I do?
You took away.
You can change it. You can switch it.
So he said there's. So I said to ask him about that, about what it's like, because being with someone like me, I do share everything. And I think there's no better way to get to know somebody than to talk. And he said there's no better feeling to me in dating than having a beautiful woman. Thank you. I'm guessing you're talking about me. Open up to me because she feels comfortable doing so. Vetting isn't clinical. It's intimate in a way. 100%.
I just said that to somebody. I just said that.
And it's very true. That's exactly how I feel about it. And that's why he and I are dating. We both think that. And he feels the same way about sharing as I do. Now, granted, I don't think he is quite as into sharing everything as he really does share, but he's, he might not be as, I'm very okay about talking about past relationships. I am so 100% over anything that's happened in my past that I can talk about all of it. Doesn't bother me. And I have learned that when you still are raw, it can get a little, upsetting to talk too much about your shit. And I respect that. But I think it's good to share.
I literally just said that to somebody that, the vetting process, not you, but I was talking to a friend of mine who I'm talking about. But anyway,
okay.
Is actually intimate, can be intimate. It doesn't, intimacy is not always sex. All the vetting, all the getting to know you, all that, those moments of wow can lead to exceptional sexual intimacy. But I'm going to say two things. There's intimacy and there's sexual intimacy.
Yeah, there's emotional intimacy.
Emotional.
And physical intimacy.
Yes. Emotional,
100%.
mental, emotional, physical attraction.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
and I think that if you learn to communicate, and that includes sharing who you are, being like Chris says. What Mike says, he says, tell me your bad stuff too and how you learn from it. Yes, or don't. But vulnerability can be a powerful tool in making a connection, which is the point of dating, right? And that's how I feel too. Being vulnerable with somebody shows them that I trust them and I'm ready to share a part of me with them. Yes. And that is emotional intimacy.
Yes. And
so
I
that's
think
why
emotional intimacy can bring us to the most amazing sexual intimacy over time. Yeah. You have to have, I'll say it over and over and over again, it's my word, MEPA. If you have that, you have everything. And that's what drives it home. So be honest, be true, be real, be everything. It's, Christine's always on point. Have you not realized that Christine is 99.9% of the time on point?
Why, thank you, Chris. That's not true.
It's true. So, Abby, I hope I answered your question. I hope I eased your thought process on who I am and what I am, because that's not a question. And in the podcast, we might be bringing up different things, and the timelines might not be right. I'm just blurting out situations also.
Doreen also just brought up a point that is absolutely, it's a whole nother topic, but you are 100% right, 100% right. And that's why I constantly say, Dating has risk, and there's some of that risk that we can't ever avoid, and it's just part of it. And if you can't handle it, you got to stop dating, because we're never going to get away from all of it. It's a risk.
I have to tell you, first of all, thank you, Abby. Second of all, you're right, Christine. Dating does have risk. Clearly, nobody knows better than you and me. Okay. I'm extremely happy for you for taking the risk with Mike. Mike sounds like a great guy. He seems, and the fact that he's partaking in the podcast and supporting you and me is great. I love that. I hope to have maybe we can have a FaceTime together. I look forward to that. Thank you, Abby, for understanding me and going through all that. Bottom line is, with risk, there's reward. No different than being an entrepreneur like I am and Christine is. With risk, there's reward. There are challenges, there are ups, there are downs. But unfortunately, the downside is we're out of time.
Socrates said what about the unexamined life?
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Right?
You know?
All right, we are out of time. On that note, we got to try.
But I have to tell you, this is fabulously fantastic. I love this. I love all of you. Christine, I adore you. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Great.
All right, guys.
Don't forget. Right. First off, three things before we go. Treat, as we say in Jersey, treat things. This portion of the show is sponsored by Beach Buddha Coffee and Beach Buddha Espresso Martinis, the best roast from coast to coast, beachbuddhacoffee.com, number one. Number two, also, you can email the beautiful Christine at realtalkwithchristine@gmail.com. You can email me. I'm not even sure what I'll call myself. I'll let you do that. realtalkwithchrisanthony@gmail.com. Email us your questions, your comments, your concerns. Don't forget, Tuesday, 6:30, 6:45, we'll be on for the pre-show, 7 o'clock for the real show. Christine?
Yes, sir.
Those eyes. Look at those eyes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, we will be back. I'm going to miss everybody. I hate Thursdays. I mean, I love Thursdays because I'm here with you guys, but then I hate it because I don't get to see you again until Tuesday. And I say this every Thursday.
I agree. This is awesome. It really is awesome.
All right, guys. Yep. Look for us. We're here. We have the group on Facebook too. We can stay connected. All right.
Post to the group, please. Post to the group and send everybody to YouTube so everybody can interact. And email us, Christine. Real Talk with Christine. Real Talk with Christine.
at gmail.com.
Real Talk with Christine at gmail.com. Real Talk with Chris Anthony at gmail.com. We love you. Good night.
All right, guys. This was great. Thank you for joining in.
It was.
All the comments. I love it.
And we will address the comments if we haven't, and we'll get back to you. We love you.